I'll go to the big party.
Thank you.
What is she doing?
Punishing the hand that damaged the inspired one.
Episode 8 of Season 4 of Tales from the Darkside, Seymourlama, about a guy who gets to be a dictator of his own fictional Himalayan country named Lopao. So our hero, Seymour, is a teenager who's a bit nerdy, and his parents are quite mean to him. They belittle him, they make fun of him, they say he's not very smart, he doesn't get any girls. Until one day, he's visited by two people of an ancient tribe, Chai Feng and Madame Wu, and they knock on their door and say that Seymour is the leader of their, we'll say organization, not cult, and that he's the divine one, and they're going to take him into the promised land, and he's going to be the leader of this fictional country. And they make it sound really good. They have lots of money, they have lots of jewels, they're going to treat him well. One running gag that happens throughout this episode is Madame Wu is there to give Seymour pleasure, so she'll kiss on him, give him massages, and it implies that she maybe had sex with him upstairs, we're not sure. And she's quite attractive, so Seymour is down for this.
She's overwrought. We spent last night at the Holiday Inn. Open, but the windows don't open.
And Chai Feng is played by Divine, the drag queen who was in all the John Waters movies. Seems like Pink Flamingos is her most infamous movie. I haven't seen too many John Waters movies, but I am aware of them. Apparently they're quite offensive. And Divine looks nothing like he usually looks. He's out of his drag and acting. Well, I'm not really sure what exactly they're going for here. I'm not sure they're supposed to be an Asian country or what, but it's a fictional country out east, so use your imagination. While this is one of the really lower rated episodes, I thought some parts were actually quite funny. The fact that he's in his living room and Seymour becomes power hungry, just learning about all the things they're going to give him. And this actually is somewhat well thought out. They give some details about what exactly they're going to do for him and how he's going to rule over this kingdom.
Drank the pollen of the daisies that grow sideways. The moon, the birds, all earthly music pointed us here, the home of our revered and holy new Lama.
So as goofy as it is, it doesn't come off as completely ridiculous as some of the other episodes, or our previous episode where it seems like they put very little thought into the actual story, developing the characters or creating an actual believable world. This is Tales from the Darkside. They can't really show what this Lopao palace looks like, but they do a decent job of describing it. And he'll be living like a king. Everyone has to do exactly what he says. And he begins to take this mischief out on his dad's baseball cards. Apparently his dad was a big baseball card collector. Back in the day where those are popular, I remember collecting those as a kid. They just stopped making them, and apparently all the really valuable ones that people held on to took a nosedive. That's unfortunate. I know I have a Babe Ruth rookie card sitting around here somewhere. He's constantly getting massages from Madame Wu, and Divine himself threatens the parents to never tell Seymour to do anything or else he'll cut off his hand. And we get the twist ending. After making a phone call and having to give the address, they realize, they're actually at the wrong house. It's the house next door. That's where Seymourlama is. And so it ends with them having their fortunes taken away. Seymour being disappointed, of course. He doesn't get to rule this kingdom and get all the virgins and money that he wants. And I think this is a decent episode. There was at least a few times that I laughed, which is very, very rare for the comic episodes of Tales from the Darkside. It's definitely not one I would recommend people to watch. Like, hey, Tales from the Darkside. You seen the Seymourlama one? And I'm going to give it a low 5. Put it in the average territory. Really for the acting, especially I think Divine does a good job. And for the world building, the writing here is not too bad. And dare I say, there's a commentary here about dictatorships, an easy one, but obviously, absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's certainly the truth with our friend Seymour here. He hasn't even got into Lopao, and yet he's already telling people what to do, already saying he doesn't want to go to these certain conventions, and really do his duties as Seymourlama. Obviously a play on the Dalai Lama. The mother is played by Catherine Doyle, who was in the movie Body Snatchers and Mighty Aphrodite, and sadly died in 2021. Reviewing these episodes, fortunately a lot of the actors are dead at this point. These episodes did premiere around 40 years ago at this point. So I'll read a negative review. Well, all the reviews are pretty much negative. I think I like this one more than most people. This person gave it a 2 out of 10. Dumb, stupid, and borderline racist. Seymourlama has to be one of the most pointless of all Tales from the Darkside episodes. Have they seen the Joel Sebel ones? I'm not even sure why they bothered making it, because other than a mildly supernatural theme, it doesn't fit at all into the feel or style of the series. Is there a supernatural theme? Not really. Maybe because it's a fictional country? Seymourlama, that was another thing they could have added. They could have given like Seymourlama like powers. The setup involves a typical American family, including a geeky son who are visited by a pair of llamas, who have a surprising tale to tell. Their son is the latest incarnation of a god, and is about to head to a temple in the Himalayas to enact his role. There's an unexpected twist here. But for the most part, this is played for the usual lowbrow laughs, with exaggerated characters and acting. Cult films may be interested to see John Waters' favorite actor, Divine, who I mentioned did a actually really good job, and plays it, well, not drag queeny. I guess he's kind of acting like himself. Playing one of the llamas, but to be honest, I found this dumb and racist in equal measure. Well, one thing I liked is that Divine actually doesn't put on an Asian accent or anything. That's why it's like, it's supposed to be like some Asian country. They said Himalayans. That's what I heard too. But it's not like he's doing a Chinese accent. But he does have really scary eyebrows. Seymourlama has been purely designed to take the mickey out of foreign cultures, and the level of inanity is overwhelming. How dare you, Seymourlama? But yeah, if it was made today, I guess both characters would be Asian. Probably. Maybe. But then again, this place doesn't even exist. So it's a fictional place. Who cares? So, yeah. Next up is Sorry Right Number, written by, well, look, Stephen King. This is a very Twilight Zone-y episode, but it features some scares as well. We only have 11 more to go before we finish the series. So check out our playlist to watch all episodes of Tales from the Darkside from 1 to 77. Yeah, we've done 77 so far. Amazing. Also, episodes of Cowboy Bebop, Pet Shop of Horrors, Black Mirror, Monsters, Fear Itself, and Mystery Science Theater 3000. Thanks a lot.